Okay, we're back and we're down to our final, almost final ingredients that we have from our first initial shopping run for the $6 a day, 30-day SNAP challenge. And I have to confess, now this is going to go on the final total or the tally of our totals, but this wasn't part of our original shopping run. And that's okay because I just had to make some things work. Our total's gonna be over 180, just slightly. But this gives me an idea of how and what to suggest to you all moving forward for month 2, 3. I mean, this is going to be someone's reality every day, no matter what climate we're in. We want to make sure that we can provide healthy options on a budget. So let's get started with this option. If you all remember, on our initial food shopping run, we had a family pack, a 3-pound family pack of ground turkey. Well, I didn't want it to go to waste and I didn't want to freeze it completely. So we used, remember, some of it in another entree. And then I actually took a pound and a half of this and I grounded it. I actually cooked it and then I froze it so it would last. And I just pulled this out of the freezer yesterday and it's ready for us to use. So that's something that you can actually use or do too. If you're meal prepping ahead of time and you have, a bulk amount of ingredients that's protein and you don't want it to go to waste, but you don't want to freeze it all in its entirety at one time, you can actually cook it down and have it ready. Like if we didn't have this, what we're preparing today, I could use this for chili. I could use it for spaghetti. I could use it for tacos. I could use it for lasagna. I could use it for another casserole. It's already ready. That's one step less that you have to do. So I actually sauteed it in some of our staple items like minced garlic, salt, pepper, and a little bit of minced onions and fresh garlic. So this is all ready to go. If you could taste it, trust me, it tastes good. So what we're gonna do today is a turkey rice bowl. So a lot of the staple items that we had in our initial, like I said, food run, rice, we had the 5-pound bag of rice. I opted and selected today the white rice that we're gonna use. So I pre-made a bunch of rice, and this recipe that we're gonna use today, again, it's about 1.5 pounds of ground turkey and then 4 cups of rice. And then we're using 2 cups of diced tomatoes. I just happen to have Rotel here and available, so that's what we're going to use. And then I had literally, I couldn't believe we went through that whole bag of onions. But as you all remember, onions, celery, carrots are staple items that are going to be great for all types of things that you've been seeing. So soups, stews, chilies, rice bowls, salad bowls. I mean, you name it, we've been using that combination. And so then I have some more fresh garlic that I minced up, and that's it. Now, the only thing missing from this to make it almost 100% great healthy option would be some type of green. So if you have maybe some salad mix, we could also, I may have some more, I think I have a little bit more of the fresh zucchini, or not fresh zucchini, but frozen zucchini and frozen zucchini. Oops, I thought I smelled something burning. It was just something on the bottom of the skillet. Don't worry. So you could use the frozen zucchini and or squash that we have. And I think we still have a little bit left of the frozen sweet peas. So we could, I think we'll probably add that just so we have some greens. We'll use the rest of that and make it a full meal. So let's get started. We have our onions that we've already diced up. Like I said, this was literally the remaining, almost the remaining. We have one more thing that I'm going to show you as well. But it was 3/4 of an onion that I diced up. And then, like I said, with the fresh garlic cloves, I took 2 of the little individual cloves as part of the bulb of that and minced it up. So this is going to actually take less time than what I thought because everything is pre-cooked almost. Like I said, the ground turkey and the rice that you've prepared ahead of time. So this would be something if you were, I don't know, a busy day, work out and about, running errands, and you needed a quick meal that you wanted to put together at the end of the day, or for you to meal prep, you could actually have the rice cooking. If you have a rice cooker, I've told you some different ways to make rice. You can have the rice cooking and ready for you, or you can make it ahead of time. And then, like I said, the ground turkey or ground beef. We had this as an option this time. All of it's ready. All you need to do is finish it off in our skillet. So another reason why, as you all I've talked about before, reading labels. I didn't actually read this before I grabbed it, but again, it's something that I already had in-house. And this can alone has, we're looking at sodium content, 380 milligrams of sodium, and that is per half cup, and there are about 2.5 servings in here. So not too bad, not horribly, but again, we want to be cognizant of what we're putting into our meals that we're preparing, because you're eating something else that has sodium as well throughout the day, and maybe in this meal, a little bit in the ground turkey and not so much in the rice. So I just put a little bit for flavor. So remember, 1,500 milligrams is the daily recommended the daily recommended sodium intake. So we want to make sure that we're not exceeding that, because why? Hypertension and stroke. Stroke is the fourth leading cause of death. 80% of how we, or 80% of that can be controlled just by how we eat. So that's the reason why I keep stressing and talking about reading labels and the sodium content. So we're going to take our ground turkey, put it in here. And again, this is already cooked, so we're just really mixing it in. And then we're going to add in another staple item that we could add for the future would be cumin. We could add in to this, not turmeric, cumin would be great. What we're going to add today is going to be, smoked paprika instead of regular paprika. We're going to add in chili powder today. But all the, like I started to mention cumin, thyme, all those are things that we can have on our shelf. So we're just going to add this, our cans, 2 cans in. And another thing, another staple, if you have this in your pantry or even in your refrigerator, would be green pepper. We haven't added in any green pepper here, but you could add in green pepper. I may have made too much. I don't know about. If you want this more liquidy, I'd want this actually a little bit more. I think I made the hamburger helper, or the, I don't know if you've seen that one yet, but it wasn't as dark as your traditional hamburger helper because we used ground turkey instead of ground beef. And it naturally just takes on when you see the hamburger helper in the store on the box, it's naturally like that dark color because it's ground beef. So we'll cook this down, not cook it down, but add in our seasonings. We want to add in the seasoning. I'm going to add in just a little bit more water. So we took the can, even though that had the liquid in, we're going to add in some more. Okay, so I just took this this can and added in some more water, some liquid to it. Because again, we're going to add in our rice. And I made probably too much. So we could have done half of this. And I only say half too much because we could have used this ground turkey for another dish or something. And I mean, we have plenty of rice, so we could have used the rice for something else too. No worries. I have an issue. I know with cooking in bulk, since that's what I do on a daily basis, for me to cook smaller portions sometimes can be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm working on that. But the smoked paprika, if we had that in our pantry, the next run, the cumin would be something good to add, as well as green pepper. Okay. I'm going to add in just a little bit of garlic powder as well. And then, oops. This is so simple. And then, you know, another thing that probably, you know what, I'm going to see if I have it. I would like to add in a can of tomato paste. That would make this even better and better consistency. But we don't have that right now, which is okay. I'm just giving you some options if you have them available, and then also to add to your run, if we have, our list rather, the next time we go to the store for round 2 of our challenge. All right, I want to let that simmer down a little bit. I don't know, I'm really contemplating. That would add another, if I have a can of tomato paste, that would probably add in another $1 or so of our overall budget. Well, let's see how this turns out. I'm just giving you some options. I'm giving myself some options because, you know, here I have a pantry of some things, so we could have some options. Let's see. Yeah, I would probably, I'm telling you, that would probably make it that much better if we had cumin and a couple of coriander, but it's all good. I may add it at the end, but it's a nice flavor. I'm just adding a little bit more salt. Again, add the salt to your liking, not a whole lot. But then we're going to add in our rice. I mean, who wouldn't like this when you were in college? I'm just thinking about, this is like a college meal too. Thinking about, yeah, because this is, we have our protein, we have our starch, we have some vegetable, tomatoes. All we need is a little salad. It's kind of giving me hamburger helper without the pasta, just a different version with just rice. But again, this is what it looks like sometimes when we're making things work, as far as working on limited resources and a budget. You don't have all the other options to add in, so you're making things work. If you think about it, which I started thinking more about this too, is because the typical person is not thinking about not typical, but myself. I'll use myself for example. I'm blessed and fortunate to be around food every day and have options and can eat whenever I want. 40 million people don't. And so that's a lot of people that have to wonder and worry about where their next meal is coming from. We shouldn't have to worry about that. I mean, we're in America. We should have options. People should not starve. People should not have to worry about where their food is coming from. But since we're in this predicament right now, we have to give them healthy options and good food to eat. There are a lot of kids that go to school every day and that's their only meal that they can eat. Breakfast and lunch at school. It shouldn't be like that. We have to have some solutions, and hopefully providing good, healthy options and meals for people, their families, is what it's all about. So this is it, you all. Like I said, what we could add is like maybe a salad or some vegetables that we have left over. I think I'm going to do that. I'll add it to the plate, and you can see it at the end. We'll have some sauteed frozen zucchini, green beans, and sweet peas, and there you have it. So hopefully this is an option for you, and it's good and delicious and healthy. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.